A popular topic the last few days has been about a story that was broken by Mike Johnson at PWInsiderElite.com. I'll read you the story. Jim, give me your thoughts. The headline, WWE star sent home from the road this weekend. WWE star Jeff Hardy was not at tonight's live event in Corpus Christi, Texas, at the American Bank Center, and word making the rounds at the event was that Hardy had been sent home from the road. For the record, this was dated December 5th, 11:03 p.m. at night, so a day and a half before we are recording right now.
Right.
Hardy teamed with Xavier Woods and Drew McIntyre against the Bloodline last night in Edinburgh, Texas, for the main event of that Super
Edinburgh?
Show. Edinburgh? I don't know the place.
Well, is it spelled the same way as the Edinburgh in Scotland?
No, I didn't even think of it that way. Edinburgh, Edinburgh, Texas. Because when I think about Scottish towns, I think of Texas.
Well, when you think of the Garden of Eden, you think of Texas?
A good point. Hardy spent most of the match inside the ring being worked over by Roman Reigns and the Usos, and apparently becoming more sluggish as the match continues. Once he made a hot tag to McIntyre, Hardy disappears into the crowd, followed by security, and didn't return to the ring for the post-match celebration with his partners. Hardy was replaced in Corpus Christi tonight by Rey Mysterio. He was not backstage at the event. Hardy last wrestled on SmackDown TV on November 26th, teaming with Drew McIntyre to defeat Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. PWInsider.com has reached out to WWE for comment, and we'll update this story if we hear back. So again, we don't know a terrible amount, but we do know that Jeff Hardy has reportedly been sent home, Jim.
Well, thanks for leading with this one. Because I don't want to hop on kick a downed horse or whatever you've got me so frazzled I can't form a cogent simile. But obviously this cannot be a positive thing. You have to look at what they're not saying. If he got his bell rung and was injured and was confused and just left the match to, as soon as he tagged out to go get medical attention, then he wouldn't have wandered off through the crowd as what was reported was the case, right? Or gone out into the crowd. If he'd had some kind of injury and been sent home because of that, they would have said that. I don't know if he was... The thing that everybody's trying not to say is, well, is Jeff off the wagon? But what else would be the cause of him being not all the quote was that he had a bad night, was a quote from somebody that I saw, and that he was sent home and replaced for the rest of the tour. What else is it going to be that they won't say? If he was injured, they'd say it. If he was sick, they would say it. They wouldn't say it if it was COVID, but if it was COVID, he wouldn't have had the issue the previous night. I hope he's okay. I thought in large part that stuff was behind him. He's obviously had a couple of high-profile incidents, the match with Sting and TNA, etc., where shit was not right. I hate that because we said on the pay-per-view, it's already, to me, it just looks like that when he goes out there, he knows he has to do the trademark shit, and it looks like it's beating him the fuck up to do it. And I'm afraid that, and I don't know his personal situation, and I'm not trying to speculate, but I'm afraid that now at this stage of his life, is it more that he may be medicating some of his chronic injuries than just trying to go out and be a party guy? That I don't know, but
we don't know. But if it is any of the things that people are suspecting, doesn't it make it really all that more tasteless the stuff WWE was doing. What was it, earlier this year, last year, where he had fallen off the wagon and they made it again. He hadn't really done it. They just made it as part of the SmackDown show that Jeff Hardy was having issues.
Well, and that's always that is fucking rotten. Whether it's Jeff or whether it was Shitstain did it with Hawk 20 years ago or whatever the case. Or that was part of, Heyman bringing Sonny on ECW television to talk about her issues. You bring real life into wrestling in a positive way, and with that people know things are true so that you can wind it into the story you're telling. But I've never seen an upside in any way, shape, or form in any of the times that anybody has worked having a substance abuse problem or shot on having a substance abuse problem or working referring to a shoot substance abuse problem, any of it. No, it's not good. And I don't know why they keep doing it. And especially for for the talent, it has to be embarrassing. But also, it doesn't make the company, the talent, the TV show, anybody look any good, in my opinion, to do that and to play on those things. It's cheap TMZ bullshit for the, warped people that sit and watch TMZ bullshit. What such and such star said at the airport, and what such and such star did at this party, and so was drunk and flashed her pussy, and bleh. Watch a documentary every once in a while, you fucking ignorant pricks.
Yeah, about the 86 Mets.
Yeah!
You got to watch that.
So what? Well, I'm about to have free time over the holidays, now that the orders are almost out.
All right, you would like it. You would like the characters. It would remind you of wrestling, I think.
Only a question about Jeff Hardy can get us to the 86 Mets documentary.
Anything could get us to the 86 Mets documentary, Once Upon a Time in Queens. Anything could get us to the 86 Mets, period.